What's happening, everybody? Hopefully, you're enjoying your weekend. All right, rookie minicamp in the books, OTAs in the books, and the Raiders are now off for almost a month. Training camp doesn't start until roughly mid July. It's going to be in Costa Mesa this year in Southern California. So, if you guys are in Southern California, go show your support. Go show up in Costa Mesa, man. Show the love for the Raider Nation and go hit them up. I know if I get the chance, I know I'm in the Vegas area, but if I do get the chance, I will head and get out of this heat a little bit and head that way and possibly try to catch a training camp or two. So, but they got about a month off, and there's a lot of burning questions that we still don't have answers to going into training camp. And hopefully, we do get some answers. But I want to kind of give you, I want to. I want to share with you guys what my biggest question marks are and kind of get your feedback. So get ready in that comment section down below. But before I get into it, if you can, please hit that like button. Hit that like button. It definitely helps me a lot. But if you can, if you're not already a subscriber, and big shout out to all my subscribers, hit the subscribe button. I'm doing my next giveaway at 4,000 subscribers. So if you want to be included in that, every single one of my subscribers are included in all my giveaways. And my next one at 4,000 will be my fifth giveaway since starting this channel. So I hope you guys get involved. But before I get into it, let's have a little bit of fun. Name this player. Name this player. If you know this player, hit that comment section. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll give you a quick little hint of who this guy is. He was an undrafted rookie. He played a total of 6 seasons in the NFL. He was drafted, or he was picked up by the Raiders as a undrafted rookie. His first 4 seasons were with the Raiders, and out of his 6 seasons, he had by far his best season with the Raiders. He did play for 2 other teams. He played for the Niners as well as the Cleveland Browns. And, one of the guy, I actually had a lot of high hopes for this guy. I really did. When I watched him, I thought that there's going to be some promise with this kid. Unfortunately, I just think he ran into just some pretty bad quarterback play. We had a lot of questions at the quarterback position, and obviously if you have struggles at the quarterback position as a receiver, it's not going to bode well for you, and I think that's kind of where it fell off for this guy. But if you guys know who this is, let me know in the comment section down below. All right, so let's kind of get back into it. Burning questions. A lot of questions that we need to have answers to, and hopefully we can get them going into training camp. And I'm going to pick up our depth chart as well, because as I kind of go through it, I'm going to reference it. So I got the depth chart up, and the biggest burning question is who's going to be our starting quarterback. That's first and foremost. And what we're hearing out of training camp or out of OTAs is that it's a really good competition. AP came out earlier and said it's been a healthy competition between Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. And it's really hard to determine who has the edge. There's a lot of reports coming out saying that Aiden O'Connell's accuracy is looking extremely good, right? And he's being more vocal. Max Crosby came out and said that he's talking a little bit of trash to the defense, which I think that kind of goes to show just the environment that Antonio Pierce is creating in this locker room amongst this team. And it's a team that's going to come out with a chip on their shoulder. It's a team that's going to come out with that swagger, kind of with that attitude that they're going to come bring it to you. And so, if you can get AOC to start talking some trash, something good's happened. But you got Aiden O'Connell. There's a lot of good things coming out of training, out of OTAs about Aiden O'Connell, but also with Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew, they're saying that he's vocal as well. He's really trying to take command. And so, but at the end of the day, what I heard was day 2 of OTAs, there's a couple picks thrown, and Jacorian Bennett, I believe he got 2 picks, one off of Gardner Minshew, one off of Aiden O'Connell, and so it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys, who do you think is going to win this battle? Who do you think is going to be the starting quarterback of our Las Vegas Raiders when we go into week 1 against the Los Angeles Chargers? And so let me know in the comments down below, but I definitely think this is one of the biggest question marks going into training camp is who's going to be that starting quarterback, and it's going to be a constant battle. Next up is Colton Miller's shoulder. He's got that injury. He's been out there on the sidelines kind of getting a little bit of workout in, but no pads, nothing. He's not going 100%, and he had that surgery to his shoulder in the offseason. I'll tell you right now, recovering from a shoulder injury is not easy. It's not easy, especially in the game of football. I mean, it's going to put a lot of pressure, a lot of impact on that shoulder at a ton of different angles. And that's the hardest part, especially as a lineman. You're punching all day long. And all it takes is for one punch at a bad angle to potentially re-injure a shoulder. So you want to make sure that it is healed 100% before you start getting into any physical contact. And I think they are kind of crossing their T's, dotting their I's. I think they're playing it safe. I think that they're really trying to make sure he is 100% healthy. But at the same time, this is where I bring up the depth chart, guys. So if you look on the depth chart, one of my biggest concerns is not necessarily our starting front five, but it's our depth at the offensive line position. Thayer Mumford, there's a lot of positive feedback coming out of the OTAs that Thayer Mumford, he's doing a good job. A lot of guys are praising him for the job that he's doing, but behind all of our starters, there's question marks. Andres Pete, it's funny that we picked up Andres Pete very quickly in free agency. He was one of our earliest free agent signings, and was that because they have concerns of Colton Miller being good to go at the start of the season? So you got Andres Pete there. We obviously have DJ Glaze that got him in there at the right tackle position. We also have Dalton Wagner. Andrew Coker is an undrafted free agent that I think could find his way on this 53-man roster. But Colton Miller is a huge question mark, and it's something that I definitely want to be tracking because he is the anchor on that O-line. He's that captain. He is our best offensive lineman when he's healthy. And so we need him on that left side to protect whoever's going to be playing quarterback. So that's another huge question mark going into training camp. So I'm going to be watching out for that. And then let's talk about this one, guys. And I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. It's Tyree Wilson. One of my biggest question marks with Tyree Wilson is, where is he going to play? He struggled a lot on the edge last year because of the injury that he was rehabbing. He didn't get a lot of preparation in the offseason. And what did Patrick Graham do, which I think was a genius move, is he moved him down into the interior and he started to find some success. Well, here's my thing. We draft him as an edge rusher. Are we going to continue to try to put him on the edge? And if we do, obviously he's not going to be kicking Max Crosby off the field. He's going to be moving Malcolm Kuntz off the field. And Malcolm Kuntz proved last year that he can be a dominant edge rusher in this league. And so that's my biggest question mark. With Tyree Wilson, we got him slotted in here, not necessarily on the edge. We got Tyree Wilson slotted in, potentially playing on the inside. But is that where he's going to play? We got Adam Butler that can play inside there. We got John Jenkins that can play inside there. I think Malcolm Kuntz has proven that he could be a damn good edge rusher. So my fear is that they're going to force him to play the edge, which will force Malcolm Kuntz to the sideline because there's really not another position that Malcolm Kuntz can play outside of that edge rusher position. So that's, again, a huge question mark, is where is Tyree Wilson going to play? And where are we going to try to get him on this football field? And so, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Where do you want to see Tyree Wilson play? Do you want to see him on the inside where he did find success? Now, he is undersized. Maybe that's why we brought on John Jenkins, to kind of be that bigger body in situational plays. And so, but do you want to see him on the edge? Do you want to see him play a position that we drafted him for, and that's on the edge opposite of Max Crosby? Because, again, if we do that, Malcolm Kuntz can find himself on the sideline, and I think the majority of Raider Nation does not want to see that. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys, where do you want to see Tyree Wilson play at the start and through training camp and into the preseason? And so next is, who's that second corner? We got Jack Jones. That's most likely going to be that number one corner that's going to lock down those number one receivers. But who's the second corner? There's a lot of talks. Are we going to trade for somebody? Are we going to pick up somebody in free agency? Are some of these guys? Look at our depth chart. Jacorian Bennett, like I just said, he picked off both. He had two picks in just the 2 days of OTAs. Is he starting to catch some speed? Is he starting to kind of wake up a little bit and kind of get that swagger back that we thought he was going to have last season. Again, he's a rookie. There's a lot to learn, and there's a lot that he can improve on, and we'll see if he can make that next step. But we got the fourth rounder that we picked up, DC Richardson. We'll see if he starts making some waves. And then we got MJ Devonshire that I'm a big fan of him. I didn't really have him on my radar when we drafted him, but as I started to watch some film and I started to see what he can do, I think there's a chance he could be that sleeper to really battle for that number 2 spot. But that's another massive question mark because again, a lot of people really thought we were going to address the second corner in free agency, and we still can. There's still definitely some free agents out there that we can go after. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you want us to do? What do you want to see the Raiders do to address the second corner position? Do you think there's somebody currently on our roster, whether it be Ja'Cory Bennett, DC Richardson, or somebody else? Again, we also got Brandon Faison. Nate Hobbs just went on Max Crosby's podcast and had a lot of really good things to say about Brandon Faison, and he was basically injured all of last year. And Nate Hobbs said, this guy's a dog. He can still play. He can still be that guy to lock down receivers, and he's a tall, lengthy corner veteran that's been around the block, so he knows what's going on. So could he be that sleeper as well? But guys, let me know in the comment section down below. How do you want to see us address the second cornerback position going into training camp? Again, we got 3 weeks, possibly 4 weeks until we hit that field in training camp. And so let's see if we address it. So that's definitely a burning question, a huge question mark going into training camp. And then, are there any free agents? We have the 6th most salary cap as it stands right now at just over $34 million. And how do we spend it? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my full screen because the depth chart, we don't need the depth chart anymore. How do we spend it, guys? One of the things you want to do is you want to bring in a name. If you're going to bring somebody in free agency, I was hoping we would bring them in before the OTAs hit, but that didn't happen. But now we got training camp. This is where business starts to go down. This is where you start to form everything. OTAs, rookie mini camps. That's about giving you the very basics of your install. And then it's also about seeing who's in shape, who's coming in shape. It's evaluating your roster. It's seeing which guys are going to need more time to develop. That's what you're really looking for in the rookie mini camps and the OTAs. And so because when you hit training camp, you hit the ground running. You don't have much time. As it stands right now, we're less than 2 months away from our first preseason game. And so you don't have a lot of time. And so you want to bring somebody in. So how are we going to spend this $34 million? Obviously, we can extend some current players, and I dropped a video on that. Go back and check that one out if you haven't seen it. We can extend some existing players. We can pick up somebody in free agency, or we can trade for somebody. I've done videos on all of them. Go back and check them out. But in the comment section, guys, let me know how do you think we should spend this $34 million? Keep in mind you want to keep a little bit because of potential trades or free agent pickups midway through the season because injuries happen. So you may want to pick somebody up. It's similar to what we did to Deshaun Jackson a couple of years ago. We picked up Deshaun Jackson mid-season because of what happened with Henry Ruggs. So you want to save some of that cap. But let me know, guys, if we do make a big move, whether it be in free agency or whether it be via trade, what do you want to see happen with that $34 million we got sitting in the bank, ready to use? Tom Telesco, we'll see if he makes a move. But let me know in the comment section how you want to spend that money. But that's kind of it. I think, in my opinion, those are the biggest burning questions or major questions going into training camp. If I missed something, guys, let me know. Let me know what questions you got in the comment section down below. But one thing I will say, I'm excited for this training camp because I think there's going to be nothing but battles. There's going to be battles at almost every single position, and obviously the most important position, which is the quarterback spot. But we got battles everywhere, whether it be at the linebacker position, battle for that second corner position, battle at that right tackle position, and even as the backups. The depth is a big question in a lot of our positions, whether it's offensive line. We need to figure out who the solidified depth pieces are on the offensive line. Depth pieces at the cornerback position. We have one starter in Jack Jones, but not a second corner, and the depth behind them, it's question marks. Who's going to solidify themselves as those number twos? And so I'm excited for this training camp, and I'm excited for preseasons because the battles are going to be intense and it's going to be fun to watch. And so I can't wait for it, guys. But let me know. Let me know in the comment section what you're excited for in this training camp, in this preseason. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. So I appreciate you sticking with me. If you can, again, please like this video, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and at the very least, if you can't like this video, I would definitely appreciate it. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if you guys are, I'm dropping this video Saturday morning. If you're seeing it on Sunday, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I know I'm a proud father of 3 beautiful children. It's the greatest thing to ever happen to me. But for all you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Hopefully you enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm out.